Всіх вітаю на даному стріму. З вами Скаліца. Нарешті я дочекався, коли вийде Come 2. Я вже трохи пограв, подивився, про до чого тут. Буквально хвилин 10. Ну, буду починати заново. На початку 15 століття Чеське королівство захоплене війною. Король Вацлав IV в полоні, проти нього замовлення бутівна шляхта не встиг питати. Лише жменька вірних стоїть за справжнього короля. Подав 1403 рік.
What are you doing here? Go and take cover in the keep.
Can't hold out against this onslaught much longer. Go and take cover with the others.
Ау, це ж той самий священик, що
Godwin,
виячив з Генрі.
who's your weapon? To the battlements, move! Father!
Will you come to anoint us before we die?
We'll get anointed after the battles are hands. With booze. Get ready! Take cover!
A rude awakening, eh? Make it count.
До речі, цікаво, чому зараз з того самого священника граю, а не за Генрі. Ага. Надзвичайна система перезаряджання, звісно. Незвична.
What now, fucker?
Got him!
От так от. Нормальну кількість я відправив поспати у ворогів.
What now, fucker? Get ready! They're coming inside! Lovely! Move downstairs!
Так, ага, туди не можна.
Archers, come here! Godwin, get over here with that crossbow and join the line. Return fire! What the fuck are you waiting for? Die! Fire!
Знову не попав. Крізь ці грати.
What are they waiting for? Pour fire onto them!
Та чого не попадаю?
Get ready for another attack! This won't stop them! Godwin, draw your sword, fuckers!
Ти туди топати.
Don't let them climb up!
Так,
Knock it down!
You are for it! That ladder down or they'll overrun us! Fucking win the back! Oh, smile now, darkest still. You'll regret that, fucker.
я вже видохся, стариган. Давай швидше. А зараз мене самого тут приб'ють.
Climb up! Knock it down!
Давай.
Shoot your head off! Knock that ladder
Та
down
який
or they'll
ворог?
overrun us!
Йоп, вашу мідь, не можна його це з ворогом скинуть.
You haven't a chance. I'll shoot your head off.
Тачка поранили.
I don't pocket it. Just calm down.
Oh, Dentist Fortuna, fucking you vat. Jesus. You're only supposed to deliver a message to Trotsky. The most adventure I was expecting was a fuck or two.
А тижнями раніше. Денто з фортуною, от. Я пошкодую за ці слова потім, походу.
What's that you keep yelling,
Щось ти
Sir
постійно кричиш, пане. Господи,
Good gracious,
Індро.
Henry, you don't mean to tell me you don't know
Тільки не
Latin?
кажи, що не знаєш
Apologies,
латини.
Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was too busy shoveling shit and picking turnips to find time for studying Latin.
We shall have to rectify that. I can't have an ignoramus for a personal bodyguard.
Anyway, this Audens, whatever. What does that actually mean?
Audentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the brave.
I don't doubt it. All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Bergov and ride back again. Doesn't take much bravery.
Christ, Henry, don't be such a stick in the mud. Aren't you glad to be finally out of that hellhole where we can finally enjoy some adventure? See a bit of the world, meet new women, and simply have some fun.
Sure, but you promised Johannes that you'd be as good as gold, and I'm personally responsible for your safety. Besides, Trotsky's in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't expect much excitement there.
God help me, my bodyguard's a monk who can't speak Latin.
Sir, Trotsky.
My word, that is fucking impressive. It makes Perkstein look like an outhouse. Bergov must be made of money. Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
In the first place, Sir Hans, we've got a task ahead of us. An important one, and a great responsibility. You don't meet such a mighty noble as von Bergov every day. So, first duty, then fun.
Quiet, monk! You'll just spoil the rest of our trip. It's all clear to me. We deliver the message, get the politics over with, and enjoy a bit of adventure together. But why didn't Uncle Hanush take care of it himself? Unless, maybe he's just testing me.
Тут він точно випробовує датчика.
Aye, it does look like that. He'll hand over all the Ratai estates to you one day. So I expect he wants to be sure you won't botch it.
Of course! How could I possibly botch it up? There are foreign armies rampaging through Bohemia. The king is in captivity, God knows where, and here we are in the middle of it all, carrying an important document. No, I intend to make the most of this trip, one way or another.
В принципі, можна і погодитися.
I'll take your silence as agreement. Well, enough of the chat. Trotsky's almost within reach.
Sir Hans, how's it looking there in the back?
All good, Oates. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead.
Exactly. If anything in front of us even looks like it's moving, we want to know.
Keep your hair on, Nick. Old Oak's got eyes like a hole. I don't miss nothing.
Півдоговорить.
Sir.
Should we get ready for a fight?
Take it easy, Henry. They're wearing von Bergov's colors. They're from Trotsky.
Surround them! Don't let them get away!
Besides, I wouldn't stand a chance against them.
Don't do anything foolish, fellas. Just follow my orders.
Halt! What are you after here?
Is this usually how you greet visitors? my good man?
This is how we greet armed strangers when bandits are pillaging everywhere.
Can you not distinguish between a noble and a bandit, sir?
It's not always that straightforward these days. Who are you people?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I bear a letter for Sir Otto von Berghoff from my master, Sir Hanush of Lipa.
This is indeed the seal of the Lords of Lipa. And unless I am mistaken, Lord Hanush of Lipa is on the side of King Wenceslas.
Well,
While my master is a member of the League of Lords, who side with King Sigismund.
well,
So it would appear we are enemies. We're not enemies. We're carrying a message with the aim of putting a stop to the hostilities.
And who are you?
Henry, from Skalitz.
Яким буде ваш стиль вашої гри? То як любить відчувати вагу зброї в руках і носить міцний обладунок. Крім того, має запальний характер. Радник воліє вирішувати проблеми за допомогою знань, добре підвішеного язика і доброго слова. Дозорний, любить ховатися в тінях і вирішувати свої справи тихо, непомітно і не потрапляючи нікому на очі. Вибравши стиль гри, ви отримаєте деякі початкові очки досвіду, але які риси вберете далі, залежить тільки від вас. Солдата-охоронець пана Птачка, вояк, панський радник і посланець радник, дозорний. Тут краще на початку так вибрати панський радник. Як скоріш за все, на початку буде того із вміннями і тому подібне, саме військовими вміннями.
I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say? The one that King Sigismund's Cuman forces plundered?
And slaughtered everyone. Even so, I'm not going to Trotsky as an enemy, but as a peace envoy.
Even so, you're still strangers here, and armed strangers to boot. And as it happens, we're on the trail of just such a band, so why should I trust you?
Ви можете виплутати з багатьох ситуацій, просто переконавши опонентів час. Від часу ви матимете в діалогах вибір з кількома варіантами, що означають спосіб переконання. Але майте на увазі, для успішного переконання треба, щоб вам справді повірили. Переконання ви намагаєтеся владнати ситуацію, мирно і без конфлікту, тиску. Кажете що завгодно, щоб добитися свого, навіть брешете і маніпулюєте. Враження. Ви використовуєте свою шляхетну зовнішність і хорошу репутацію. Підкорення. Ви даєте співрозмовникам знати про свою вищість над ними. Лицарство. Ви намагаєтесь подати себе як героя і захисника слабше. Залякування. Коли розсудливість не спрацьовує, можуть спрацювати погрози. На вашу навичку переконання впливають і інші навички і характеристики. Детальні описи можна знайти в інвентарі. В багатьох ситуаціях ви можете пробувати домовлятися з іншими людьми. Якщо це можливо, ви побачите в діалогах відповідні варіанти, але майте на увазі, що ви можете і не переконати співрозмовника. Угу. Переконання не в тому, щоб вибрати найбільше показник, а в тому, з ким ви розмовляєте, який вигляд має, те і яка у вас репутація. Наприклад, погрожувати насиллям купці Керуванню, звичайно, дуже вдала ідея, як і намагатися видавити із себе шляхтича в дірявих штанях. Ага. Ну, тут я вибрав. Обирайте мудро, обравши красномовство для вирішення складних ситуацій, ви покладатиметеся на дипломацію. Цьому допоможе шляхетний вигляд. Люди більш схильні вирити гарно вбраному пану, аніж смердючому волоцюзі. Або ж ви можете спробувати запевнити співрозмовника у вашому лицарстві, показавши йому звитягу і силу. Так як я вибрав красномовство писаря, вибрав перше.
We want to resolve conflicts, not to stir up more. Once more, I assure you we have no evil intentions. You can escort us to Trotsky, and everything will be explained there. That we can guarantee.
Very well.
Sorry about the cold reception. You must be cautious. These bandits create mayhem, then vanish like ghosts. We'll be on our way.
Oh, so you won't accompany us to the castle to see your lord?
Sorry, sir, we can't. Listen, you won't make it to the castle before nightfall, and Sir Otto's orders are to not admit anyone after dark, especially while we're away. You'd best camp until daybreak.
I'll take your point. I mean, back home, the last time someone led a nobleman in trouble into their castle, we had to bombard it to get him out. Is there an inn in these parts, at least?
There is one, but it's a bit of a way out, and I'm not sure your lordship would like it very much.
God! What kind of a backwater have they sent us to? I just suppose we'll just have to manage somehow. Good luck in hunting down those bandits.
Thomas, captain at Trotsky. Thank you. And sorry again. Farewell.
Farewell.
Well, this is a bit of a hold-up. What now?
Since there's no tavern within reach, we'll just bed down here for the night. The pond looks inviting, and we've got wine enough.
And what about those bandits?
Well, they're probably keeping their heads down, what with that big patrol combing the woods for them.
Тут маловатий, так сказати,
Come on, fellas.
загін.
Camp here on the bank. At least we can bathe. I stink almost as bad as the rest of you, and you lot are rank.
Там. То краще частіше купатися. Гравці, загальна інформація. Гравці ви можете знайти усіляку важливу інформацію про Індро та навколишній світ. Вона розподілена на 6 частин, між якими можна переміщатися вправо-вліво. Щоб побачити, в якій частині зараз зверніть на верхню табличку. Коментар. Ну, а вони переробили трохи дану систему одежі і броні. Вдягання в обладунку. Коли ви одягаєте обладунок, варто зважити на кілька важливих правил, бо правильно зібраний обладунок захищає набагато краще. Захист голови під шолом. Ви можете завжди носити додатковий захист голови під шолом, наприклад, койф або каптур. Сам по собі шолом захищає від рубаних ударів, а захист під ним врятує від ударів важкою зброєю. Гамбезон під нагрудник. Це чудова і товста стьобана сорочка, що дозволяє створює пом'якшувальний шар між вашим тілом і металом і обладунку, який його захищає. Стьобані штани під броню ніг. Як і у випадку гамбезоном, стьобані штани створюють м'який шар між вашим тілом і металом, обладунком на ваших ногах. Взуття під остроги, щоб мати змогу користуватися острогами як слід, спершу треба взутися. Виряди. Ви можете створити 3 виряди для різних випадків та перемикатися між ними. Потрібний час кожен виряд позначений своїм гербом, і кожна річ вибрана для певного вигляду, позначений так само. Якщо річ позначена декількома гербами, це означає, що вона використовується в кількох вирядах. За допомогою виряду ви можете створити набір з латним обладунком для ближнього бою, непомітний образ для тихих ситуацій, коли треба кудись прокрастися, або навіть пишні штани на випадок, якщо Індро треба справити на когось гарне враження. Саме головне. О, привіт, Філсин. Саме головне питання. Чи забирають вагу? Всі ці виряди, що треба з собою, так сказати, носити? Які всіх вибрані. Буде подивитись якось. Так. Трохи незвично. Того взагалі якось незвично виглядає, що незручно трохи і непонятно по цих цифрах. Ну да, не маленька тут карта. Так. У цій ролиці ви знайдете всю важливу інформацію про характеристики, можливості та поточний стан Індрха. Входячи в гру, ви отримаєте очки рис, які можна використовувати для покращення ваших характеристик, навичок та бойових здібностей. В інших вкладках ви знайдете посилення, що тимчасово впливають на стан Індро. Репутацію в місцях, у яких ви побували, зможете згадати доступні комбо або перевірити стан ваших тварин-товаришів. От в попередній частині собака мене трохи бісила. Не злюбив я в цій частині собаку, звісно, хоча в деяких ситуаціях трохи допомагала. Хоча 90% часу вона бозна-де перебувала під час бою. О, Цікаво, яка саме тут складність буде, бо на початку не дало вибрати, звісно. Ну, що там написано? Ні хрена не видно. Так, що тут по ремеслу? О, відчуття, що тут з розширенням екрану щось намудрили. Тут складності нема.
Be quiet, you
Jesus,
flea
Henry, that barking's driving me nuts. Can you get your dog to shut its beak?
Heel! What's all the fuss about, Mutt? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for you.
Well, hoorah! Peace at last. That barking was a pain in the ass.
Бо є чим нагодувати мого пса. Знаєш, на що ми йому до просок? Ти знаєш ці місця?
Do you know these parts?
A little. It's all rocks and woods. Lovely to look at, but shit for hunting in. If you don't watch your step, you could easily fall down some fissure.
So you've been in Trotsky before?
Not Trotsky itself. Once I just passed through here with Sir Hanusha's escort.
Ah, I expect that's why he sent you with us.
No doubt, but also because I'm not as rash as you youngsters. And besides, as the cook, I make sure you lot don't gobble up all the supplies at once.
Do you know why we're going to Trotsky?
For some big political parley.
Yeah, of course. I'm just wondering if you know what's in that message we're carrying.
Not really, but I reckon our lords want to sound out von Burgo. Bear in mind the times we're living in. King Wenceslas under lock and key in Vienna, and his brother Sigismund, meanwhile, shamelessly plundering Bohemia. We need to know who's going to stand on our side if things get even worse. And the royal chamberlain, von Burgo, has the land reserves under his thumb. So he's a big player.
We might even discuss how to make peace with Sigismund.
Peace? I don't know. Sigismund is winning and he won't want to parley for peace. But I hope there's some chance of a truce, at least an armistice. The main thing is that it don't get no worse. Hacking up Cumans is one thing, but if it comes to Czechs fighting against Czechs, that'd be nasty.
To tell the truth, I'm starting to get a bit anxious about what to expect tomorrow. Do you think our big mission will be successful?
Nothing to worry about. We'll get to Trotsky, Sir Hans and von Burgo will parley, and then we'll ride back. Done.
You're a bit sure of yourself, eh?
Well, this ain't my first time delivering a message. Everything will go according to plan. Don't you worry.
Ну да, ну да.
Listen, would you have some scraps for a mutt?
That's a good one. He already gobbled up a piece of venison while I was having a piss. I've got one last sausage and I'll be saving that for the way back. Look, Henry, I'm fond of that beast, but you ought to keep him under control.
Come on, Oates. We'll get to Trotsky tomorrow, and there'll be plenty of food there. We're a noble's escort, so they're obliged to feed us well. Pheasant in wine, roast pork with apples. Those sausages of yours are only fit for a dog anyway.
For Christ's sake, stop giving me a hard time. I'll have you know that sausage is fucking good. But neither you nor your dog will get to taste it.
Wouldn't you swap it for something?
I might. Tankard has my ring. I lost it to him at dice, and if I go home without it, my old woman will send me right back. If you can get it back, I'll be glad to give you that sausage.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Треба було зразу. Обмін погоджуватись.
What?
Let's throw a few dice.
For the love of God. How many times do I have to tell you? I ain't playing with you.
Why not?
Because you cheat.
I do not.
Oh? And how come you always win then, eh?
That's an easy one. I always win, 'cause you always lose.
Ha ha. Very droll.
Seriously though, Conrad, my old mate. Roll a few, eh?
No.
А її швидко залили на зелені сайти. Я це вже знаю. Але мені якось все рівно,
Hey,
злили чи не
Conrad,
злили.
one little game, eh?
Leave me alone. I know you only too well. It's all one little game. One little game. And then you go and take my last groschen.
Так, до речі, шнапс є, нема. Схоже на те, що нема, да. Програвати останню копійчину, так би мовити, бажання особого нема. Але пограю.
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure. How's about spicing it up with a little wager?
I heard you won a ring off Oates. What about that?
Fortune favours the brave, lad. But if you lose, you'll pay for everything I order in the tavern in Trotsky. All right? We'll
Ось ці базові правила. Якщо хочете пограти на гроші, хочеш зіграти в кості, можна знайти в будь-якій пристанній корчмі. Так. Початкова вибірка 1. В інвентарі ви маєте якісь власні кості, то можете перед початком гри вибрати їх. Більш костей мають особливі властивості, про які можна прочитати в їхньому описі. Вони надають вам особливі техніки для покращення шансів на виграш. Ага. Так. Угу.
see whose side luck is on today.
Так, і що тут у нас? 2 трійки, одиниці, да? Так. Тут даже не показується, скільки очок отримаю я. Це треба, бляха-муха, пам'ятати вже. Так. Тут, в принципі, достатньо легко. А ні, то я просто не вибрав, що потрібно.
What are you waiting for? Hell to freeze over?
Так. Дві шестірки. Нельзя, це треба мінімум 3.
If I was you, I'd take it.
Так.
Well, you're not afraid of
Це
anything.
вже достатньо небезпечно. Невдача, зараза. Зараз продую точно. Ого. Щасливий кубик у нього ще в придачу.
Aye, that'll do.
Та ні, він зараз виграє.
Ha-ha! My lucky dice never fail. It's mine, friend. Tomorrow, we'll drink on Henry's coin.
That's just great.
You can never have too much ale. Want to try your luck again? Same wager.
All right, let's carry on. Now I'll show you.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones.
А. Три, 4, 5, 6. Значить, таки п'ятірочка тут. О. Ні.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know?
Зараз він знову швидко набере 1500 очок.
Here. My God! Oh,
Oh.
come on!
О.
No, that's as
Як
far as I
ваша
go.
мідь, вже 1100 набрав. Так. Тобто знов тут таки п'ятірка. Три, 4, 5, 8.
Kurwa!
Да.
Damn your
Виграв.
eyes. You played well. Ah, what's to be done? A bet is a bet. Here's your ring. This is boring. Why don't we carry on to the foothill of Trotsky? They must have a tavern there. A fellow could have a game there.
Give over, Tankard. There'll be time enough for the tavern after we deliver the letter.
Вистачить мені грати.
It seems Tankard can't tell a 5 from a 6. I won that ring off him.
You beat the bastard. Ha! You're a dab hand, Henry. Thanks. Will you give it to me? If I go home without it, the old woman will break her broom over my back.
What will you give me for it?
Well, all I've got here is some grub. Want a sausage? It's venison.
All right. And enough games. You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
Yeah. True enough.
Де цей гівнюк чотирьохлапий? Ну,
Fuck it, tankard!
Silly mug.
Stop with that! Your whistling is getting on my fucking nerves the whole way. Leave it off this evening at least.
Jesus.
Here, mutt.
так. Давай, жри. І веди себе тихо. Так, тут все.
Tankard!
Henry, oh, that was a tight thing with the captain, eh?
It looked for a while like we'd be charging at each other.
I must say, I wasn't expecting that bastard to start on me.
Yeah, I could tell.
But we managed the situation all right in the end. He even apologized to us. If Hanosh had seen it, maybe he'd finally stop treating me like a child, eh?
Well, I don't know. When I look at you, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Kiss my arse. And by the way, since you're here, how about stretching our limbs a bit after that long journey? With a bit of swordplay?
You're in the mood for that after riding so long?
Certainly. So then, eh? Eh?
All right then. Just a bit of swordplay for the hell of it? Or should we have a wager?
Let's save the wagers for later.
Oh, you afraid?
Keep the biting remarks to yourself. You've got armor on, so just grab your helmet. Here's a practice sword for you. Have that ready too.
Так. До речі. Так, і так. По повному краще спорядитись.
So, should we start?
Ready? Let's start. Draw the
Я-моє,
sword.
візьми меч, я-моє.
Let's get warmed up. I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me. Is that the best you've got? I didn't even work up a sweat.
Oh, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be worn down.
Let's see it then. Attack properly now. A longer sequence. Enough!
Now you're warmed up, eh?
Yeah. But you're pretty winded yourself. While you're attacking, you still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard.
Будеш атакувати чи ні?
Kick back more.
Ну, вправі не атакує.
Oh, why don't you cover yourself? Good.
Я б вашу
What are
міч.
you doing, Henry? Cover. Wrong.
Я-моє.
Defend yourself properly. Nice.
Врешті.
That's the way. Good. Good.
Oh, that's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
Start your attack then.
You're doing great, Henry. That's it. Nice. But what about a riposte? Reckon you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
Get ready. Good, Henry. Nice. Well, hey, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you can't make a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered. Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right, come on then.
Так, ага, атакуючи за...
Oh, nice, Henry.
Point for Henry.
Nice. Good riposte. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
Indeed. And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 groschen?
Так,
All right. 100 groschen it is.
Defend yourself. Off to a good start.
ёб вашу меч. Ёб вашу меч.
How did he do that?
Давай, такой.
Nice block.
Now we're even. Expecting that, were you?
Now that's what I call sword play. Don't hold back.
More like that, and he'll be on his back.
Now we're even.
Ти на мене захищайся вже.
And you,
Ёб вашу меч.
I say the victor is clear. I'll get my winnings from you later. Now it's time to eat. Oh,
Да,
this
бляха
looks
муха.
like quite an appetite. Let's get some grub.
Заново можна почати чи ні? Да. Щось все рівно.
So who won, gentlemen?
That's obvious, isn't it? Henry learned a lesson or two, and I won our bet. At least I'll have someone to buy me drinks in the tavern. It was almost like that time in Rattay.
True. Only I won that time. Your bow, which came in very handy afterwards.
You were unbelievably lucky, beating me after just one day of training. True, I wasn't in my best form that day. We had a drink or two beforehand.
Oats? What's this food supposed to be?
What's left of our supplies. Tomorrow we'll be at the castle, and we'll get some decent grub.
If you told us earlier, I could have shot a hare. And you could have cooked it like they did in the tavern the day before yesterday.
That tavern where you drank away all your coin?
Ha! You've got to have some fun.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty. A real peach. Admit it.
Only a fella was there.
Так розумію, додаткові навички. Ага.
And I had to drag you out of that tavern before everyone pounced on us.
And he had his work cut out. You wasn't having it much.
Now, if you was able to court the lasses like me, maybe she wouldn't have started screeching.
I can't say I'm surprised. Just imagine it, fellas. You're a fair maiden. Your lovely locks falling on your shoulders. No thought of wickedness. And then Tankard's fat head appears before you with his crooked mouth. And he says,
Where's the shit, oh my pretty?
I've got nothing to regret. The whole world turns around wenches. Ain't that right, Henry?
Hmm?
You never gave us the goods on that lass of yours. What was her name now?
Teresa. She lived with that crook Peshek at the mill.
And she saved my life.
A brave girl.
Aye. She's a fine lass. And? Is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
She's my sweetheart. And that's all I'll tell you.
Ah, don't be such a monk. Out with it.
Listen up. I'll tell you what that girl can do. The wildest she-cat I know. So when she's stripped off...
enough, enough. You want to be a chivalrous knight, and you talk like that about a damsel? For shame. You know, this travelling isn't too bad.
Apart from the mosquitoes.
Aye. Apart from them.
Where were you yesterday evening, Henry? You were late for supper. That's not what I call watching over our Lord.
Hey, don't make trouble.
I needed a bit of peace and quiet. I had a stroll around, checking out what plants grow here, praying for the success of our mission. Then I came back.
At last someone with some sense who's not in a hurry all the time.
If I always had to think everything over, but...
I wouldn't have rolled in the hay with so many girls if I spent my time just thinking about it.
Thanks for the prayer, anyway.
And what about, time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir?
It depends. Once von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately.
What? straight back on the road.
Well, we could stay a day or two, perhaps.
Does anyone know anything more about von Berghoff?
Only what Sir Hans told us, that von Berghoff is a big cheese in the royal court. That's why we're going to negotiate an alliance with him.
You summed that up nicely. But yes, that's how it is. He's the royal chamberlain. You fellas will never meet a more important noble than him.
I heard he insists on having the finest swords, and that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
And is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
Вчора в руху те, що недавно відкрили. Сішко. Коротше, більше брати там не буду. Невдало попалась. Чи невдало зробили? Так. Та зброя білий. Очі меч виберу.
The sword is the weapon of a master. Balanced, fast, and suitable for all situations. Of course, you have to train with it and try to improve your technique, but the result is worth it.
Aye, I get it. It was just a training fight. Pardon me.
Oh, swords, swords, swords. No doubt you're going to tell us again how the perfidious Ishvan Toth stole your sword. And I thought you'd come round to thinking about other things.
That sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. But that's another matter. I suppose you've heard enough of that, eh?
Well, you know.
Ah, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Ishvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again.
What? So Radzig ain't dead, though?
Enough, enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated, and let's leave it at that. No offense.
Who'll help me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won, so Conrad goes.
What are you on about?
Enough. Oath, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning.
No thanks. I must wash myself down a bit.
My words exactly. We can't turn up at Trotsky tomorrow in this state.
Два рази брав, то ще норм було.
Go and strip, Henry.
Oh.
Fellas, come and help us get out of this armor.
Are you really going to bathe here, Sir Hans? It don't look none too safe a spot to me.
Oh, don't be such an old woman, Oates. Bring some wine to warm our blood.
You know, we're not on a trip to the baths here, Sir Hans.
Henry's right, sir. Duty first, fun later.
God's wounds. I haven't been away from Rattay in ages. So, here, I intend to live a little. Blasted iron shirt. Oh, what a relief. I feel like I've just shed 40 pounds.
Christ. Will I ever live to see his young lordship finally grow up? He's got a good heart, but he doesn't have the sense that he was born with.
Well, responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
There's more chance of me becoming a monk.
Останнім часом, наче міні-шауху, в яку зажмотили інгредієнтів.
Fit for a king. right about our
Що брав,
stays?
звичайно.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on. Oh, that really shrivels the old ball sack.
What's the matter?
Females!
Йому таких жінок і подавай, ялепала.
Sir Hans.
Oh, shut up and let's go. But quietly. We don't want them to spot us.
Hans.
Перевірить біля сільпо.
Head down, Henry. We've got to sneak closer.
Зрозумів, давай швидше.
Carefully. No sudden moves. Don't give us away. Hear that singing? They must be close.
Hear that? Do you think they might be bathing? Come on, let's get closer.
Shit! One of them's doing laundry. We have to get closer to the others.
Only she's blocking our way.
Right in our path. Damn it. Throw a stone in the water near her to lure her away. Once she notices it, we'll hurry along the other side.
Ну давай вже, я-моє.
What was that sound? What was that?
It worked. Let's go.
All right. What was that?
We'll go even closer, but carefully.
А тут всі порують одежу, ялепали.
Pana je u muzyky, směje se na kasníky, klient jedí, Pana sama sedí, aleluja, domine, aleluja.
Henry, I told you to...
Да.
We've got to do something. Stay down, for fuck's sake.
18+, можливо, так і буде.
don't stand a chance. We'll wait till they're gone, and then head back to camp. Maybe some of our men got away.
Hey! What the fuck are you doing? Hey! Hands off her, you brute!
Ай, Генрі, бляха-муха.
The bastards with them!
Fucking hell! You couldn't just leave it be, could you? Come on! Run!
Перепливайте зразу на іншу сторону річки, йо-моє. Або озера.
I said.
What the fuck? It's mine!
Все-таки цей мужик на коні нормальний оказався, походу.
Christ! When did you learn to swim?
Just now!
Fucking armor! Come on! We'll cut them off on the other side!
Oh, his torch is quick!
Oh, Mott.
What the fuck was that, Henry? You rescuing a damsel in distress?
I'm done with running.
Oh, really? And what exactly do you call... Oh, shit. Oh, you've been hit.
What?
Oh, shit.
Well, we can't leave it like this.
No, wait! Wait!
От дурбецела, я-моє.
We've got to flee. Can you walk?
Yeah, I'm on it.
По мальчиков
Lead the way.
в кустиках може.
You pull yourself together. We've got to vanish. We'll get out of the woods and find someone. Then we'll get that shoulder of yours fixed up. So, how far is it to Trotsky? There's someone in front of us. Down.
They mustn't get away. Got that? Call out as soon as you see them. And then kill them. No fucking around. You, watch the middle of the gorge. And keep your eyes peeled, right? You two, go up there. Get a move on. You watch this side of the rock. And you, go to the pond. They didn't succeed in swimming to the other side of the pond. I want to know. Then come back and give me a full report. Footprints, foot trails, everything.
We'll have to wait.
Get to work.
Swim all the fucking way across. Shut up, or the chief will hear you.
It's still easier here than that skirt.
Що, йдемо?
In the back, pitch black, with all your toys done behind you.
to get to that tree trunk up ahead, quietly. There's more of them up top. Fuck. They're coming here. Stand still.
You reckon we'll find them, do you? If they try to swim across the pond,
Run, quick. No, fuck, they're in front of us. Quick, into the rocks.
Kurva! They're fleeing into the rock! Hurry! Run around! We'll catch them at the
Сюди давай. Що ти там стоїш, з кого чекаєш, моя?
Shit, no. Not this way.
А не сюди, сюди, давай. Що ти тут запихався?
What now? Shit! Take cover!
Run ahead of them!
Where now, for fuck's sake? Damn it, they're everywhere!
What are we gonna do?
How should I know? We can't go climbing into the rocks at night when we can't see shit.
But they'll catch us.
Oh, you don't say, genius.
Calm down, for fuck's sake.
Stop it! This isn't going to help us. You know what? Go and look into that gorge behind me and see if there's a way forward. Then come back to me. At least we'll know if it makes sense to go that way. If we can get out of the rocks. I'll stay here meanwhile and watch out for them.
Ось сюди, я так розумію, піти подивитися.
Ah, fuck. Where's Capon? He must have fled from them through the other gorge. We have to find him.
Куди це? Сюди?
Where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hands!
Here. Oh.
Файно, файно, бляха-муха. Типу, зараз мені піти подивитися. Так, де це хрінь? О.
Ah, fuck. Where's Capon? He must have fled from them through the other gorge. We have to find him. Where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hands!
Here. Oh.
Ну і що мене прибило тоді питання на сотню?
I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago. Hurry!
Знаєш, хватай і давай уйобан забіте.
You're a dead man! Oh.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house. If you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists. We did a fine job. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits. Like keeping your head on your shoulders.
Pa.
Ah, come now. I was the one who raised you, but you know how things really are.
Why? Am I dead?
Not yet. I'm dead, though.
Well, if I'm not, then how come?
You chose a different path than I wanted for you. And maybe that's how it was meant to be. But once you've chosen the path of adventure, you have to fight. You have to fight till the bitter end, with all the strength you can muster. You still have a long way to go till your work is done, Henry. So pull yourself together and wake up. It's not over yet.
For the love of God, wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, I thought you were done for.
Where am I?
Well, you dropped out of the sky like a shot-down hawk.
Та боже мій, як він вижив?
That fella landed with you. You broke your fall nicely, otherwise you'd have ended up the same as him.
What are you wearing?
Well, you won't be needing it. We can't be running naked through the woods. And if you're capable of running at all...
Now, where's Mutt?
I've no idea. Just don't worry about your dog. He can look after himself. Right, we've got to disappear. Right, come on, I'll help you up. How are you holding up?
Not good. I feel like it's all up for me.
Just hang in there, damn it. As long as you talk, I know you're hanging in there. Henry, what are you staring at?
They're here. Sigismund's army.
The only army here is the one-man army of Sir Hans Capel. Jesus, don't do this to me. Pull yourself together and let's go. We have to go.
But the gate is closed.
Don't worry, my name will open any gate.
Fuck.
What's the matter?
Skalitz is in flames. We're gonna die here.
You survived Skalitz, and you'll survive this. Come on!
Bianca.
Come on!
Father? Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the car.
Easy.
Hurry.
What about you? Are you mad?
There is in the village. I'll fetch her and follow right behind.
I'll go with No.
You do what I say right now. Give the sword to
For
Sir.
Christ's sake.
Anything happens, you'll take
Come
care of you.
on!
Trust me.
Oh, you can hardly stand, damn it. But we'll make it together. You'll see. Henry, focus. Henry, pull yourself together. Please. God, there's nobody here. You're just imagining things.
Right. No.
Don't give in to it. Hang in there.
Locked.
We'll make it together. You'll see. You're a warrior. You can do this. It's all right, Henry. I've got you. Just a little further. Henry, wake up.
The linden tree. Just like Father always wanted.
No, we can't stop.
And Pa. Dead. They're all dead.
But we aren't yet. Henry, a light. Look.
I see it.
We've got to go.
I see the light.
Hold on, pal. Hold on. We're here. We're here.
Pavlena, is it you?
Greetings, good wife. Fear not. We mean you no harm. My friend needs help. Please.
Right. I'll see what I can do for him.
Розумію, знахарка.
Let's have a look at you. It's all right.
My parents. They're...
That was just a dream, Henry. We're in the woods. We were ambushed, but don't worry. We'll get you fixed up right as rain.
Now I've got you, whore sons.
Think again, Scott!
Hey, lad. Are you alive, lad?
I've come from Skalíca. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone. Who?
Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning.
Get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
I am Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia.
Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother?
I ain't your ma, laddie. Oh, may all the saints be praised. I was afraid you'd never wake up again.
What? Where am I?
Where would you be? Here in my cabin, where you and that pal of yours burst in last night. Slowly, lad. Slowly.
Наш персонаж трошки наркоманить. Ну а що, якщо він багато крові втратив, як не як?
What happened? What about Hans?
He's taken care of for now, but he was on the edge there for a bit. And so were you, lad, so calm yourself. Last night you were 1 foot in the grave already. You were lucky you happened to turn up here.
Well, I have to talk to Hans.
You won't get much out of him now. He's lost a lot of blood and he has a fever.
What happened to him?
That cutthroat that followed you fellas cut him up bad. Hans was fighting him outside, then he came staggering in, said something about Fortuna and collapsed on the floor.
But you'll help him, won't you?
God willing. Well, I managed to pull you out of death's grip, so maybe I'll be blessed again. I'll go check on him as soon as I'm done with you. How are you feeling?
There's no part of me that doesn't hurt. Inside and out. Mostly my shoulder where I took an arrow.
Little wonder then. But you're conscious and talking. That's a good sign. Ah, your shoulder is looking a lot better. I did my best, but I don't see good no more, especially at night. So I didn't do the best job. It just wouldn't stop bleeding. And now you've moved about, it's started up again. Take this and bandage it up. Not much else we can do with it now.
Thanks. I reckon I can manage that. But I need to get a breath of fresh air to clear my head.
You slept through half of God's bright day, lad. So, if you feel up to it, go ahead. At least we'll see how steady you are on your feet. While you're at it, you can stop by the trough and wash all that nasty grime off of yourself. I found an old tunic. Put it on so you don't catch a chill. It gets cold here by the water. No doubt you'll be famished and need a bite to eat. There's some hot soup in the pot on the fire. If that ain't enough, I put some bread and cheese on the table outside for you. And you'll find some of our home-brewed liquor there, too, in case you need bucking up. Don't overdo it, though.
I won't. Thanks a lot. May God reward you 1,000-fold. What's your name, by the way?
Bushena's my name.
And I'm Henry.
I know. Hans told me. I'll go and check on him. When you're done with everything, come and see me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Жахливе падіння. Якимось дивом вдалося пережити жахливе падіння, але через сильне поранення ви втратили кілька рівнів персонажа, очок, навичок та рису. У вас немає іншого вибору, окрім як оговтатися і знову здобувати їх у грі. Так. От. І бо, розробники щось тут намудрили. Тим всім, що чи то у мене щось не те, хрін його знає. А. Да, немало я тут втратив.
Damn, this wound is still... It's really good. So good I wouldn't say no to some more.
Так, до речі, що у мене тут по ститості 40.
Aye, true bliss is a full belly.
А.
Damn, this wound is still bleeding. Better bandage it up quick before I bleed out. Empty. I'll have to go somewhere else.
Що у нас тут? А. Тут комора. Ясно. Так, а це я все позабираю.
This will be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans. Ah, I feel like a new man.
Так. І на ліс тут красивий.
Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here.
Значить, зараз я поки що не можу варити зілля. Так. Видовищний гаманець ви отримаєте комірки, у які можна класти зілля та їжу, потім їх можна швидко використовувати в бою. Комірки, максимальна кількість комірок 4, але не кожен пояс дає доступ до всіх 4. Якщо ви маєте відмічену річ, яку можна покласти в сумку, це можна зробити так. Угу. Також мені цікаво, чи можна змити кров. В принципі, походу, да.
Did what you asked?
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet, or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Gross wounds. Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash. so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
О, і тут можна позбирати траву. Мені цікаво, що він саме так відповів? Типу, що в дитинстві давала мати.
That's it. Chamomile.
Це, кажись, все тут зібрав. Ага. Я ж сподіваюся, тут таке качається ремесло це. Навичка. Хоче. Піду закупаю його. Так, куди мені тут його нести? От сюди струмок. Бляха-муха кабан. Ти будеш гнида атакувати чи ні? Питання. О, ти добре, що не атакуєш.
Ah, shit. My shoulder. This bastard's hard work. I'll put him down somewhere for a while so I can start digging.
Так. І зараз закопати. Так, я ж брав лопату. Да, є. Добре. А, до речі, я ж... Так, не спорядив тесак. А це добре.
Damn, my shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Ще одне поселення. Ну-ка. Так, це може якраз таки, хоча навряд. Це ж ми тут зупинилися, ось тут. Тут таки напали на нас, походу. О. Авлія.
Purple flower. Sage. There we go.
Куда ж ці ягоди не можна збирати? О. Це ж таки файно ж качається навичка. Так, тут я, кажись, все позбирав. Так, тепер наступні квітки. І там, як я в першій частині декілька годин вбив, тільки не те, щоб прокачати відразу на максимум збиральництва. По максимуму можна було збирати ці рослини. То якраз таки частина цих самих рослин я і продам травниці, якщо це можна буде зробити. Де тут? Ага, немала територія, все-таки тут пошуку. Де тут? Ромашка.
Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
ще виживання. Сім ростків за раз. Так, а це що за квітки? Сподіваюсь, їх можна збирати. Нельзя. Шкода, що нельзя збирати.
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Regener's?
Так, до речі, я ж таки особо не наївся. Так. О. Відразу нормальна ситість. Так.
Two of them fled and they must be hiding here somewhere in the rocks. What do you know about them?
Who are you, Helen?
We're from Lord von Burgov. We're looking for those murderers.
I know Lord von Burgo's people, and I ain't never seen you before.
Lord von Burgov is reinforcing his garrison on account of them renegades that are wandering around here. We're new.
Oh, shouldn't all his people have waffen rocks and shields with his colours?
For Christ's sake, woman, stop annoying me with your endless fucking questions. I'm the one asking the questions. And when I say we're from Burgov, then we're from fucking Burgov. Tell me, how come there's all these bloody rags here, eh? Spit it out. The blood's not even dry.
I was treating two fellas from Cheleoff. One got badly beaten up in a brawl in the tavern there yesterday.
Now, isn't that a coincidence? Right at the time when we're looking for two battered murderers around here. Out with the truth, you old hag, or we'll torch the whole place under your feet.
I'm telling you the truth. I treated them and they went on their way. Go and ask in Cheleoff about them.
We'll see about that. Now move! I'll have a look inside.
Better not go in there. There's a fellow from Tachov lying there with dysentery. Unless you'd like to be lying for weeks in a pool of bloody mucus that's coming out of your both ends at once.
Oh, boy! All right then, we'll skip the search. But if you're lying, there'll be hell to pay. Cosley, you keep watch over there. I'll have a little look around.
Ой, бляха-муха. Що, пройти сюди? Ага. Він типу буде патрулювати, походу. Так. Добре. Збережівка. Щоб зразу зробили рятівний шнапс, як було в першій частині, а не збережівку. Що значить слабка? Аха-моха.
You, what do you want? This'll be quick, boy. This'll be quick, boy.
Так, давай до мене.
Show you. Ah! Ah!
Отак от, гнида. Спати, гнида. Нам я це зберу. О, набір коваля. Піднесу його подалі краще. Симулятор огороду? Да. Ну, не то щоб огороду, а просто симулятор збирача. Принаймні на початку. Симулятор збирача і пилососа разом з цим, я скажу, лахмітником. Брати все, що можна, продавати, що не треба. І тому подібне. Так, це буде лікуватися, чи щось треба додатково? Оце от, бляха-муха, не показує нормально. Так, у мене чисто. Я пошуміть, що це? А! Вони в легкій броні, в принципі. Так, ти мене не побачив, то добре.
Get ready to face your maker.
Ти що? Куди тікать? Лежать, бояться і спати, гнида. Так, от, всі речі заберу. А тебе просто нахрен викину куди подалі. Бабусю цю не тригерить. Я зразу закупаю. Ну а хулі. В принципі, і того другого можна було б зразу сюди принести закопати. Зараз я цим, походу, працюю, я скажу. Той, хто копає могили, во. Точно не пам'ятаю, як правильно його звуть. Зараз я і того принесу, закопаю. В разі чого не було. Несподіваного, якщо він, звісно, не зник куди-небудь. А ось він. Мій кеш. Так, тут каже... Да, я все забрав. Так, де тут далі копати? Ось тут.
Fuck. Damn shoulder. Oof.
Давай. Ну, в принципі, з сонями я вже розібрався. Лишилося вимитись і піти до бабульки тієї. До знахарки. Авниці. Так, де тут ще квітки можна позбирати? Ти не позбираєш. О, і грибочки. Згадується пісня про мухомори, мапочку в білу і тому подібне. Так. Кабана я не буду трогати, мало лі це її кабан. Так, а використати можна? Ще не можна.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Who do you think they were?
I don't know how much you heard. They came here saying they was from Lord von Burgo, and they was looking for two bandits that ambushed some knight yesterday. But for sure they wasn't von Burgo's people. They didn't even have his Waffenrocks. But they sure sounded keen to find you fellas.
Maybe they were from that band that followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trotsky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord Bombergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try.
Це таке, я краще вибору не знаю, бо бляха-муха розуміючи те, що він сказав, коли про травництво, про пошуки тих трав, про мати давала йому ліки, а не те, що він дофіга, так сказати, їх наварив. Краще вибору я не знаю.
I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Hans, can you hear me, friend? Christ. In the end, you bore the brunt for both of us. May all the saints watch over you, and over Bajana, too.
Everything's prepared. There's an alchemy bench in the alcove. Go to it and we'll get started. First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
В новій частині мені не дуже подобалось те, що до хрена потрібно було листати, щоб знайти певний відвар. Цікаво, як тут буде. Так же само до хрена листати вліво-вправо, поки знайдеш той відвар, що потрібно. Так, сон зцілює швидше, якщо зілля хорошої якості, енергія під час сну відновлюється швидше.
If you've read the recipe, get back to the bench.
Це зрозумів. Знадобиться вино, 2 жмені ромашки і жменя шавлії. Так, я зрозумів. Шавлія і ромашка.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
Основа для зілля. Для кожного зілля потрібна рідка основа. Глеки з основою стоять на полиці зліва. Оберіть правильну основу та натисніть її, щоб налити в казанок. Так, що саме тут потрібно? Вино. Добре. Так, вино є.
Have you poured it in? So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Помістити, посунути вниз.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flame. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked.
Я багато трав зібрав, так. Це потрібна ромашка, шавлія.
Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Ромашка, шавлія.
All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Так, значить, треба 2 жмені ромашки і кип'ятити 1 оберт. Ромашка, 2 жмені.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Опа.
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Here it is.
Oh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Дай мені ще зіллячко зварити. Так. Ага, почитати спочатку. Ага. То добре. Вино? Це є. Звісно, пісочний годинник трохи погано видно, на жаль. Да нічого страшного. Тепер почався симулятор зіллівара. Так, і да, правильно. Та давай, зливай. А, є.
I didn't boil that chamomile long enough.
А. Не доварив? Це типу... слабше зілля получилось. Поки що вистачить. Спати і зберігтися.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had it like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you. Strong God fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business. Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all, and swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Thanks, Pavlena. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Так, що тут у мене по ситості? Чуть-чуть поїсти. Так. Так, фігово, що тут ні хрена не видно, що написано. Потім повибираю.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you.
Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Сподіваюся, вона набрала з того джерела не ниже за течею, де я закопав 2 чуваків, 3 чуваків, які сплять.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zhelyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, audentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favor you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Rattay, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Sheleoth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bajana, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Поговорити Мона.
Are you managing here all right?
We don't complain. We mostly live off the woods, and when we need something else, we buy it or get it from the villagers. Mostly, I weave baskets. And me and Ma brew ointments and potions. Then I go around the villages selling them, or I barter them for stuff we need. Sometimes folk come here to us, when it's something serious.
How come you live here and not in the village?
Oh, that's hard to explain. It's just the way things turned out. And Ma and... Look, that's our affair, and we won't talk about it. Sorry.
Is anything interesting happening around these parts?
Them bandits is riding roughshod over the place. It's about time Lord von Burgau rousted them out, but I reckon you know something about that, huh?
You got that right.
And there's to be a big wedding. Young Lord Semon's gonna marry the daughter of the bailiff of Troskowitz, Thrush. That's the biggest thing happening. Apart from that, a band of nomads turned up here. They got a camp somewhere down by the pond.
You said you'd shoot arrows at the humans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there, on the cliff, whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves. If they'd let me take part in the tournament at Trotsky Castle, I'd beat all the men hands down, but that'll never happen. So I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin. Take care then.
А
Sorry
що
for having...
правниця скаже?
Well done. I got rid of that corpse for you.
God bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Can you tell me something about these parts?
What can I say? The village of Sheleoth is nearby, and close to it there's a big traveller's inn. And to the north of Sheleoth is Tachoth. They've got a blacksmith's there, and a small tavern. There's no love lost between the folks from Sheleoth and Tachoth. They're always out to spite each other. Some dispute about some meadow.
Well, I don't suppose those are the only villages around here.
It ain't far from Shelioff to Semin. Sir Jan, the owner, he got a big stud farm with fine horses, and down by the water, a mill. The biggest village in these parts is Troskovitz, what lies at the foot of the castle. The local bailiff has his seat there, and there's a tavern too. Then there's Nebakov Fortress, Sir Yaramir's seat. There's a mill at the foot of it. But Pavlena knows more gossip about folk around here. She goes out and about. I stay home these days and hardly meet a soul.
How come you live out here?
That's just the way it is. It's for me to know, and you to find out.
Ah. All right. I won't pry.
Take care now.
Important to do than our vital mission from Jobst and Hanush?
Шкода, що не можна нічого продати. Так. Виконує ще рятівний. Я рятівний, я б вашу мій. Чи ще треба цей. Катати. Серіали, книги. Да. Так, що вона тут? Ага. Сон. Зберігає гру, якщо зілля хорошої якості, підвищує силу, живучість і спритність. Пова Беладонна. А от Беладонни, кажись, у мене нема. Пам-парам-пам.
Henry, what are you waiting for?
Ні, ну види тут. Файні. Ну що, можна і почимчикувати далі.
Finally! Where do you keep dallying?
Перед тобою ходив.
Sir. I'm here now. We can get going.
Henry, don't provoke me.
I don't think Trotsky Castle is going to go anywhere. So what's the rush for all of a sudden?
We have a crucial mission and things are already fucked up quite enough. I intend to return to Rattay with good news and to do it quickly. Let's go!
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Rattay, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I've known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was István Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I tell you, I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Квіти ті віддав, йо-моє. Собака учуяла щось неладне з птачиком.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Зараз нас проженуть. Як не знаю кого.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching, in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me!
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
І вмитися. От що вам лишається зараз.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You tried to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
The first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Rattay?
To Rattay? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, Nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows and godforsaken hole.
Go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenis. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Rattay with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? It's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for.
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
Вона зразу відшли і все, йо-моє. Сенсу йти до неї
God be with you.
нема
A full
ніякого.
pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Пішов помитися, йо-моє.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Doesn't half taste good today.
Nicely
Де тут во?
Cold.
What was that?
That is worth
Oh, man. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a more then. I'll be right.
Leave it out. Once you got through the first one, you knock it back.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we, as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you, helping some unfortunate girl, but it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Точно провалився, якби
Here's your
то
wine.
було на
Is
красномовність.
this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff
And you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. You'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Ratai.
Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet.
But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand.
О, поволь то
Come to
добре.
mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Is that all you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward to being a guest and having someone serve me for a change.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Log sacks? Are you yanking my
Ах,
noble
ці
pizzle?
тачок.
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. So you should be able to manage it too, at least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
We don't have swords, and we don't know anyone who needs protecting. So what then?
So we're fucked until someone rolls up his sleeves and gets to work. By which I mean someone of the appropriate status, like you. In short, be so kind as to get to work.
От гнида
Promise I'll make it
птачок.
up to you.
Лінива срака.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of facts.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bella Torres and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
We don't have time for your spoilt brat manners now. Either we get to work, or we'll be stuck here forever.
Manners? I'll put manners on you. It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. Right. I'll get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
А похавать можно? Ні, нельзя.
God, I'm bored shit. Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh.
Так, це куди мені? Куди? Так.
That was our company. But the 2 of us managed to get away. It was the same bandits who attacked Lord von Bergov's men.
How's life treating you?
Why the fuck
Not too
doesn't
bad.
anyone believe us?
I've got so much
Maybe
to do.
because you've
I have
got
to
no
split
way
myself
of
in 2
proving
to
it.
get it all done on
We
time.
lost.
Тому цей птачок.
To help you out. Sure, but where could I find a decent apprentice?
Oh, please.
And you're up to
People
no
are
good.
always asking me
We
if
should
you're looking
kick
for help.
both of you out.
But they are never good
Just
enough
to
for
be
you.
on the safe side.
I don't want some good for
You
nothing
know what?
in my house.
I've had enough
I
of
need
your
someone who's
bollocks.
capable
Sit
and has a
down
good head on
and
his shoulders.
shut your mouth.
And most important,
Or I'll shut it
doesn't
for
drink.
you.
You're
Just
no
try
saint
it,
yourself.
you worm. Just
But the answer's
try it.
obvious.
Автомуха не може посидіти нормально на своїй сраці. Хвилин 5. Лізе битися.
Did you say?
А, бля, стяще просто.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smartass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you?
Яще.
I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me, you and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Ёб вашу
I'm
мить.
so scared.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Ёб вашу мить. Що за ірод цей птачок, га?
Don't spare him! What do you want? You should have fucking stayed out of it! Why do I always get a stinky shame to fight? You should have fucked with us, you bastard! You asked for it!
Та ёб вашу мить. Оця система, я її ненавиджу, бляха-муха. Кончено, що тригериться лише на одного бійця. І ще хрен поймеш, типу, коли вона зараза переключиться чи не переключиться, бляха-муха. Кончена ця система.
Think you're a match for me, peasant? Nice strike! Hey! I need a hand here! Hey! Get him! The madman! What are you doing?
Ні, ну птачок, бляха-муха, кончений якийсь.
Yeah! Don't spare him!
What are those fancy moves, for fuck's sake?
No match for us! Corva! I'm wounded!
Calm down.
No yielding,
I
you
surrender.
piece.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Show your stuff.
Я вдвоє ненавиджу цього птачика.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Бля, що ще просто.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly.
Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat.
How dare you speak?
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up, or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm sorry, sir, but it's your fault what happened in the tavern.
What? My fault? You can't be serious. Whose fault is it that we're in this fucking pillory?
I don't fucking believe it. You're really gonna blame me for it? It was you who caused the brawl. We should have made ourselves scarce. None of that would have happened.
Oh, aye. Typical you, running away like a coward. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
And you're a spoilt brat who can't even hear himself.
What the fuck did you say? I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
That's enough. Don't you fucking realise how badly you've been wronging me all this time? I bend over backwards for you. I tolerate all your stupid fucking whims. And what do I get? Insults and accusations. But right from the start, you acted like you were on some nobleman's outing. All you cared about was whoring and boozing. You know full well the ambush was your fault, and now you're kicking out so you don't have to admit it.
What do you...
But let me finish. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like you, but unlike you, I'd have managed to deliver that message. That's because I'm responsible and know how to behave in a way that doesn't make me feel ashamed. In a way that would make my parents proud of me.
Which parents do you mean? Radzig?
Aye, Radzig, let's say. Nobody could be proud of you, Capon. Nobody.
We'll see who's proud of who.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
I saw Otto.
Hey!
Блін, мовчи! А, бляха-муха. Наскільки ж воно тупе, бляха-муха.
Oh shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you
Що його там,
farewell.
бляха-муха, потрібно буде з задниці доставати.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.